Greetings, everybody! It is I, Grim, with...
Cuddles!
Cuddles, that's a new one.
I know.
I like that stuff.
Hey, everyone!
Hello! So, we're going to kick it off with the Reddit AMA.
What's an AMA?
Ask me anything. Don't literally ask me anything, please. No, God, don't ask. They did a Reddit AMA. Now, we were already saying...
Ask me anything.
Ask me anything. We were only saying the other day that there was no news. They were putting up, we saw the post again about the fencing.
Yeah?
Then we saw, there have been tweets about bits and pieces, but we already knew about.
Boring stuff.
Like, where's the juiciness?
Where's the twitchiness?
And it's all gone crazy. They've just dumped so much information on us. So we need to stay focused.
Very focused.
Professional. Which is our, that's the
our
buzzword.
raison d'etre.
It is the buzzword for our...
I prefer raison d'etre.
It is. That's it's our motto.
Focus,
yes.
AMA.
So, AMA. The AMA they had with the mighty Piers Jackson, game director.
Whoop!
Whoop! Mark Cox, art director.
Whoop, whoop.
God bless. Andrew Chappell, lead programmer.
Dude.
And of course...
lead community manager, Bo Marrett.
I sat through all of this.
You brave boy.
You were sadly at work. I remembered why...
oh, that's one good time to be at work.
Yeah, I remember why I don't frequent Reddit very often, unless I really have to.
Was it painful?
It was a little painful.
Did you enjoy it?
I was torn because I wasn't expecting a lot in terms of I wasn't suddenly expecting to go, oh, by the way, guys, yeah, we're putting all the aquatic stuff in.
And there's polar bears.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to suddenly
No.
go, here's penguins or whatever. But I was hoping for some juicy tidbits that we might get.
Well, you got a question answered.
I did. I was lucky enough to be like literally one of the first that was
That's
sat
because you're
there
a geek.
ready to go.
Geek.
So yeah, we got our question answered, and there was a couple of other good ones that came up, but most of them weren't covered, which is a bit of a shame, but as I say, not unexpected.
So what was your question?
Our question was regarding power plant. It had to be. It wasn't going to be about animals, was it?
It wasn't me about anything
it was
like,
me.
Cuddly and sweet.
You
and
were sat
fluffy.
there with so many good questions regarding animals and, various bits and pieces of staffing and God knows whatever else. I picked power generators.
Tell people about your power
I
generators.
love power generators. So my question was, does the biome that a power generator is in, so you have the power generator that we know of, which is basically like a coal or oil powered, then you have solar power, and then you have wind. And basically what I wanted to know was, does the...
You got wind.
We do have, but you got to research wind. You can't have wind straight away.
Okay.
Wind is quite advanced, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, I was, there you go. Who knew?
Who knew? Yeah.
I was young and so advanced. At the same time.
I'm surprised how advanced you are.
But apparently, the biomes that you place these in do actually affect them. And the solar power generator, if you put something above it, it will actually stop producing power.
But that makes complete sense. But as ever, Frontier have been realistic.
Yeah, which I really like. I always end up saying that about Frontier because just when I think, ha, I caught you, and that you won't have this, they actually do.
Yeah.
That was good. There was also things about pathing. They didn't actually answer the pathing question. More basically said, yeah, we acknowledge that pathing is flawed. It was flawed in Planco, and...
Do you know what? I
flawed.
just think they haven't got a fix for it.
I don't think... It's one of those, whatever we're going to do next, is it better than what we have? And obviously they haven't...
No.
The answer is no. Their answer is staffing. The staffing paths.
I've got to be honest with you, though. Having played more and more Planco, if you use the grid, the pathing isn't actually that bad. There are ways around it.
Yeah, I think it's if you're trying to be spontaneous, and I think you if you're building it piece by piece and planning each bit kind of, because you do your pathing almost in advance and then sort of roll into it. I think if you're doing that, the pathing works fine. It's really good. But I think if you're kind of, put these things down, and then now I need to do pathing all around it, that's where it fails really badly.
No one playing one of these games should be doing that anyway.
Have you seen Sips play?
Yeah, alright, fair play.
So the other one was terrain tools. Apparently have had a little bit of a tweak and a revamp. I'm not talking about the bit of information that was released, which we will talk about later with regards to blueprints, but this is the actual tool in terms of changing the level of terrain and things like that. That's been...
Do you know, I hope they haven't tweaked it too much, because I actually love that from Planco.
No, it's been made easier.
Good. It's pretty easy anyway in Planco.
Yeah, I think it's when you're doing sort of, when you're... you've got like a rock face and you want to extend it out and extrapolate and...
You know the people at home can't see what you're doing with your hand.
I know, I'm being so creative and flamboyant with my arms, just waving them around, and nobody appreciates it.
Jolly.
So yeah, and that was really it from the AMA, which was, as I say, a shame, but not exactly unexpected. And a lot of questions about the beta, which the beta stuff answered.
Yeah.
And let's get on to that, shall we?
Well, first of all, what we're going to get on to is
What?
actually the clip that they released with the beta information.
Oh, yeah, it's got animals and stuff in it, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has got some animals in it. It's got some interesting bits and pieces in it when you actually watch it. First of all, 2 new animals confirmed. Gemsbok, which actually was on a lot of the original artwork, and I think everyone has kind of just assumed it's there, but it's not been on any official list so far. So it's now actually in that footage, so it's there.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
What is a gemsbok?
Do you know what?
Bok?
A gemsbok looks a bit like the pronghorned antelope.
Oh, yes.
They're kind of like little runny, roundy, savannah-y kind of creatures.
Perfect.
Yeah, quite cute.
Yep.
Big doe eyes, that sort of stuff.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
A fan favourite they'll be then.
And the other one, I think everyone has finally determined it's a Cape buffalo. Some possibility it's a water buffalo, but I think the main thing is it's Cape buffalo.
Ooh, it'd be nice having buffalo.
Yeah, it's big and beefy looking.
Yeah. Oh, I'll be up for that. I like that.
And in the footage, it's playing with some Skittles.
Oh, nice.
You know the big Skittles,
Yep.
the temp Skittles they've got. Couple of other little bits that I noticed in there.
Go for it.
One of them was it looks like you can theme up the dress possibly of your staff.
Oh, bin dude.
There's a bin dude.
Yes.
Or dudette. I'm
Or
not sure
dudette.
which. And I think that they are themed in the Indian decor. That's not the right word, is
So
it?
here's one. Indian theme works.
Indian theme.
Here's one. If you have, let's say, so in Planko, you can have a theme that's fantasy. You know, like castles and princesses
I'm
and
wondering
fairies.
if they supplied sci-fi costumes and stuff like that.
So what about you can make that, you can say to that person, you work in this zone, and
Yeah.
that zone is my Indian theme zone.
See, in Planko, and no one ever plays with this, I don't suppose, but me being silly, I do. So when I set up my staff rosters, okay, I change the shirt colour of the different people in the different staff rosters, because you can do that.
I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, I know. I only discovered it like a couple of weeks ago.
So maybe rather than shirt colour now, you can actually select
The theme.
costume.
So it might be that there's a set of themed costumes that go with that area. I reckon that zookeepers will always be in their little brown uniforms, and vets will probably always be in their white jackets. But I think maybe other people in your zoo might possibly have costumes.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Which is quite cool.
Yeah.
There's a few other bits and pieces in the video. Some nice footage. It just gives us yet more excitement and
it's
hope.
more juicy
Yeah.
excitement hype for the
The babies.
for the yeah. The little crocodillos.
Gorille.
Oh, I so want them.
Baby gorille. And not only do you see it, it's absolutely tiny, because I mean anyone that played Zoo Tycoon will remember that babies appeared pretty much sometimes bigger than their parents, and if you didn't get that glitch, they weren't really ever smaller than their parents, whereas this is teeny tiny baby gorille, and baby gorille swimming.
Yeah.
Also, notice some footage of baby elephants in the background swimming away as well. So I definitely think that there's capacity for quite a few viewing areas, maybe into underwater sections, which of course wouldn't disturb the animals too much. And I think that could be quite an interesting place for people to watch little baby elephants swimming around their tiny little pond.
Yeah, from a building point of view, I love the idea, and we have said this before, with regards to multi-tier viewing for people. So the idea that you can be at ground level, you can see these animals, you can be underground watching them swim and everything else, and then you can have like almost a sky walkway you can create going over the top.
Fantastic. Love that.
Yeah, the opportunity for creativity is brilliant.
So can we now talk about the beta?
Well, more importantly, was there anything in there about generators?
I didn't see anything about generators or steam trains or any other boring
There
mechanical
was a bit in the AMA about steam trains, which was, they're steam trains, and we'll probably add some more stuff. It's mostly just to transport people around the zoo.
But
So
it is a zoo game.
I'm going to guess there's a monorail.
It's
coming and stuff like
not like Train Simulator.
No, somebody did want a way of combining Planko, with zoo, so you can have roller coasters in your zoo.
Yeah, I saw that.
They categorically ruled that out.
Ruled that out.
100%.
I think there's actually quite a few people that have had that as a little fantasy.
Yeah.
And I think they've had that well and truly duped on.
Yeah, I don't. Okay. Apology. I just remembered this. I'd obviously mentally blocked it out. But somebody wanted to be able to have a DLC that made it an intergalactic zoo.
What?
That you could go to other planets and capture those animals and the biomes, and eventually you were actually going to be an alien and you could capture humans and put them in your zoo.
Did you fall asleep and start having some sort of weird dream?
No, this is legit an AMA. It was an actual question. They didn't answer it, funnily enough.
I'm not surprised.
There you go. Wasn't the weirdest question either.
Person probably needs the medication.
It wasn't the weirdest question.
Okay.
I'll say that.
So anyway, can we talk about the beta now?
Let's do it.
So, organised as always, Frontier.
Yep.
A week before, we have now got a lot of juicy information ready for us, so that we can all get very, very excited about what we can do.
Yep, we'll read a plan.
Planning is good. I like planning.
Yes.
First and most important things, everyone knows, 24th of September to the 8th of October. But the more important thing is what time is it going to drop. So they have said...
They have actually told us the time. So it's 4 p.m. BST, which is British Summertime.
Woo woo!
On the 24th. Which is fantastic. I mean, that's really good for people. Okay, here's the only downside I have to this. Okay, and that is that you will not be able to preload the beta. Now, for those of you who don't know, what that basically means is you can't install it ahead of that date, and then as soon as 4 p.m. comes, you hit play. As soon as 4 p.m. comes, the game is going to actually become available for you to download. So if you've got a poor internet connection, or, especially with Steam can sometimes be a little bit sluggish, potentially...
How long does 10 gig take on average to download?
It all depends on your internet speed. But if you think about it, 4 o'clock, most people are going to be home 5:30, everybody boots up their Wi-Fi, kids are on the Wi-Fi, everyone's on the Wi-Fi, potentially it could be quite sluggish. I mean, 10 gig shouldn't really take that long.
Okay. I'm not going to worry too much.
Oh no, we'll be good.
We'll be good.
Yes.
Yeah, because you're going to be at home ready to do
I will be at home at 4 o'clock, ready to press that button.
Great. And it's going to run until about 5 o'clock on the 8th. Again, BST.
Yep.
As we've already said, can't preload the beta.
No.
I keep looking at the shiny button on Steam just in case.
This is because they accidentally did. It has been done before. Games have done that.
They have actually at least told us we can't preload it. That's kind of what I keep clicking into it to check to see if a preload is there. Okay, so what are we going to be able to do?
Okay, scenario 1 of career mode. So no additional scenarios because they don't want to spoil anything. So scenarios is, if I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, panels, that is the story mode with Nancy, and we go through all the different...
You're correct.
Yeah. So that's coming.
That is the zoo that we saw at Gamescom with the beautiful glass building.
Yep, so it features the first part of the tutorial within the temperate biome.
That's that zoo.
With several objectives, but this is the bit I'm excited for. Once you've kind of done it, you're then free to do what you want afterwards.
So if you want to, what you could actually do is just completely delete absolutely everything that's in there and start again and make your own temperate zoo.
Yeah.
Perfect,
Or you
fun.
can keep building what they've got, having a look at what they've done, take things apart, tweak them, change them. There's still a lot of land there.
Anyway, the interesting part for me is franchise mode, and that's going to feature full economy within a savanna biome. It's not going to contain any narrative or objectives, so we're going to start with an empty map and we can develop our zoo from there. I'm super excited by that, but I'm even more excited by the fact that the animal market is going to be available to play.
Yeah.
Because this still intrigues me, and there's still not been many answers about the economy of this market. So I'm super excited about that.
So here's a question for you, because franchise mode, you know way more about this than I do. Now, from what I'm aware, you can have one franchise.
Yes.
In that franchise, you can have multiple zoos.
Yes.
So in the beta, they have said you can have franchise mode, one per player, but you can have multiple zoos. I'm going to guess, does that mean it's still going to be, every zoo's going to have to be Savannah in this?
My guess is everything is Savannah.
Okay.
But, you know, you can do a lot with that.
Oh no, yeah, you can still. I mean,
Yep.
it's a beta, so it's great that we can even explore how. Because the interesting thing to me is how the zoos interact with each other.
Yes.
Yeah, trading animals. money, all those sort of things.
Whether they share research options and that kind of stuff, I'm not sure. I want to find out.
Yeah.
So I want to know that if maybe one of your zoos has researched this kind of enrichment, does that actually go to another zoo in that franchise because you're part of a franchise? So for me, that's quite intriguing.
Yeah, there's also, which you said before, and we actually tried to get it answered on the AMA, about trading. I'll be interested to see is who sets the price with animals in trading.
This is my point about the economy. I am intrigued to know more about the economy.
Because if you think about it, I'm being a gamer here, and what I'm thinking is I've got my main zoo. My main zoo is cash rich.
Yeah.
So I put my effort into that zoo. Can I then go on to my other zoo, and which is poor? It's only a small zoo, slowly building it, slowly working it, but it's got some lions. And one of those lions I'm going to trade with my main zoo for gold.
Yeah.
For cash.
Now, could your main zoo then send 1 million mahula?
Can I set the price of that animal to 1 million gold, which send it across?
I think isn't really in the essence of the game, which is why I'm still intrigued and why my question was asked, not answered, unlike yours, about goddamn generators. I want to know how this marketplace is being controlled.
Yeah.
Whether there are restrictions on it and what we can do with it. So obviously we're going to be able to find that out in the beta, which I'm quite excited about. And there'll be for those of you not really interested in marketing, economy and commerce, ignore that video when it comes along, because it's going to be quite long and quite in-depth.
It's going to be like reading the Financial Times, I think.
They're going to let us play with a host of previously announced animals, and we've got some new species to discover as well.
What do you reckon? Throw it out there. What do you think?
Do you know...
It's not... Yeah, don't say the P word.
I don't think it's either of the P words. Okay, because you've got the
polar bear or penguin.
Okay. I don't think it'll be them.
No.
I think we might get another cat. And I think there might be some kind of monkey.
I agree with you. From the point of view is I think as we're getting the savannah biome, I think, sadly, well, not sadly, new animals is always interesting, but I think it's going to be another savannah animal, which is a shame because I'd like to see some more cold weather. DLC. Which, funny enough, what a lot of people were saying is, are you just leaving all the cold weather animals for DLC?
I actually think that they're probably going to be in the main game. I just think they're not giving them to us yet, because you know what? We've got to have something that we've not yet seen in the main game when it launches.
Oh, I'm all for it.
I'm quite happy with it. That's what I'm going with. I'm going chilled backwards. And even if it is DLC, I don't care. I'll be buying the DLC anyway.
Yeah, my only thing is I love the features that they've added with regards to the cold weather and that sort of thing. And it'd be a real shame if it's not there.
We did come up with the other day, though, that we're actually really blooming close to Christmas or the festive season. It might just be that you get a free DLC closer to Christmas.
Yep.
Because the launch date's dead close to Christmas.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me. I was chatting to some people about the Jurassic World Evolution, I think it's called, something like that. And what they actually do are like really micro DLC drops. It literally will have 3 dinosaurs in it, and that's it, which is very different to Planco's. So potentially that's what we might get. Is like, there you go. There's, I'm gonna say it, penguin, polar bear, and another cold weather.
Yeah.
Or maybe like a sea lion or something. Bump for Christmas. Yeah. There you go. Enjoy.
And I think I'm gonna address it. There was a lot of people. I took a little look as the Reddit was starting to kind of boot up. You know that sneaky thing you do with your phone when you're in work, but then somebody like rings your real phone and you have to actually do something?
Oh,
I know. So
inconvenient.
Tedious. And there was a lot of, I'd say, disgruntlement about the fact that of Frontier's way of doing mini DLCs. And I've got to be honest, I personally quite like them, because to me, the idea of spending kind of less than 10 quid or less than $10 for most people on a little bit of added patch and added time and added interest doesn't seem very much in comparison to when you used to have to kind of... I know that to purchase the DLCs for, say for example, Zoo Tycoon, they were almost the same cost as the original game.
Yeah, to play devil's advocate, I can understand if you're late to the franchise...
Catching up's a bit of a pain.
Catching up is where it gets painful.
Yeah.
Because not many people are like you in terms of, do you know what, actually that doesn't interest me and that doesn't interest me, so I'm going to get the version that interests me.
Yeah.
So you've got the vintage pack for Planco, and you've got the World's Fair one.
That's right.
Not really interested in the others. Might get some.
But
There's the adventure pack, but
the adventure
not really
pack
worried
interests
about
me.
it.
But I know for Planet Zoo though, unless they do something stupid like bring out dinosaurs, I would actually buy every DLC.
Oh no, completely. But you're in at the ground floor on
Yeah.
Planet Zoo. But if you're somebody that's coming down the road and all of a sudden you've got the base game to buy, plus you've got
But it
50,
does,
60
it
pounds
does
worth
give
of
you
DLC.
opportunity to actually play the base game and see if you like it, and then choose your DLC. I've got to be honest with Planco, we came to that very late.
Yep.
I played it for 6 weeks without any DLCs.
And still thoroughly enjoyed it.
And still thoroughly enjoyed it. It's actually only in the last week because it was my birthday.
It was.
I've gained the 2 DLCs, and they were my chosen ones.
Yeah.
And it was nice for me to look through and say, actually, these are the ones that I want. So I think you're right, but I think, I don't know, it'd be interesting to see how they do it.
I actually think, okay, I'm going to say it now, we need to do a separate video on DLC.
We probably should do.
Because we've carried on talking for ages, and I actually think it's an interesting subject to talk about.
It is an interesting subject, yeah.
So let's carry on with beta, and I'm actually going to write down DLC while you keep talking.
Yeah, that's using a pen, dear.
No, notepad. I don't do writing.
So anyway, we've got various staff types and buildings. What they don't say is that all staff types are available. I find that an interesting statement. Okay, they say various. So we might not have all of the staff available. Okay, various themes and rides.
In various buildings. We're going to get all the generators, right?
I don't know if we're going to get... You know you've got to actually research some of them, yeah?
I know, we don't have Sandbox. I can't just put down loads of generators.
No, you can't.
Okay.
Right, so by rides, I'm guessing we've got the train.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet...
or the Jeep, the other one.
Well, we might get the Jeep because... because the train features in the first part of Thingamybob's story,
I
doesn't
reckon
it?
you'll get both, actually, thinking about it. For the Savannah, you'll get the Jeep.
Yeah, you get the Jeeps. So you've got that. Research options are available and the in-game Zoopedia. So that means you could try and research your generators. Habitat blueprints. Now, you wanted to whisper on about them a little bit, didn't you?
I did, only for the new little spice weasel they've banged on top of it, which is...
Spice weasel.
Little spice... I know, I watch way too much Futurama. So, when you do the blueprints now, you'll actually be able to include the terrain that's around it.
Okay, how do you mean? I'm
so
confused.
when you do a
Explain, boy.
when you do a blueprint in Planco,
yeah,
it kind of takes the bit that you've built,
yeah,
and that's what it is.
Great.
It doesn't take any of the terrain that's around it.
I know.
So what you can actually do, this is obviously to take full animal enclosures,
yep,
blueprint them, and then upload them, and literally somebody can put down a fully completed...
Do I have a choice?
In terms of whether you want to select it or not?
Yeah. Because I actually quite like the fact that I don't have to take, in Planco, everything with me. The soil, the dirt.
I would imagine it's probably tick box to say take terrain or not.
That's fine.
We don't know. That's entirely me speculating. But it seems very Frontier to be able to select that option or not.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Because there are certain elements and things that you want to be ploppable. You don't actually want them to come with like a...
Yeah, also, if somebody does a cool... Like, for instance, I really want to do like a Mayan sort of ruined with waterfall and everything.
You're going to make a waterfall.
I am, in my tiger zoo.
The first video that will probably come up on our channel for anyone that needs to know how to do it is the simple and easy way to make a waterfall.
Yes. Yeah, it probably will be, actually. There's no joking.
There's no joke.
For one of the first things
it's one of the biggest questions that everyone's saying. Can I have a waterfall?
Yeah.
Of course you can. You can have one in Planco.
So, Easy Tucker, your passion for waterfalls is infectious. So...
Oh, I've got a disease again.
An infectious waterfall.
I need to go to the vet.
We need to...
Can you call the vet?
Do I need to right click on you and get a vet to tranquilise you?
Yes, please.
It's not an it's not an option. Sad.
Hey! Cheeky person.
So, last but no means least, we're getting a massive host of enrichment, habitat building, scenery, and foliage pieces. The usual stuff we'd expect.
Do you know what foliage is, dear?
Oh god, it's like lettuce and
stuff. It's like the stuff that goes on the edge of your plate you don't like eating.
Oh, I always flick that bit off.
The workshop's going to be available.
Yes, which is really good news.
But stuff that you actually save up there may not survive into actual game.
Yeah, so it's the usual thing. Obviously, the beta build is not going to be the same as release build.
Beta.
Yeah, so if there do happen to be significant changes, then your blueprint may not survive.
Also, any saved games will not survive.
Yeah.
That's just life. That's
So,
okay. Don't get too attached to your new zoo.
Enjoy the experience.
Just enjoy it for what it is.
Yep.
So what's not available to play?
Sandbox mode, sadly.
I think I told you that, and I said there's no way they'll put Sandbox in. It gives away too much. There'll be too many blank buttons that you can't see.
I also think, well, it's longevity.
Yeah.
It's too easy to plop everything down and just look at it all.
It's too easy for people like you to go, oh my god, look at this entire game in 15 videos. And for people that actually either don't have the beta or actually are waiting, see everything before it even comes out.
Well, also, I don't think there's enough content to do it for Sandbox. I think somebody like you or I would burn through the Sandbox off very quickly, and this is meant to last us like basically 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's better for people, and the franchise is new, and the story mode is new.
It's cool.
So it's better to explore these new aspects, which, let's be honest, aren't tested.
No.
And this is a beta, and I know everybody says about betas being a marketing thing.
But
I hope it's actually a beta and they learn if there's
we
issues.
do get that at the bottom of this. So, as we just said, there's no save games. You can save your game during the beta.
Yep.
However, afterwards, it's going to be invalidated and it won't be there on launch, okay? So, as I said, don't get too attached, right? None of the deluxe animals. So, if you have beta, that means you've also got the deluxe animals are going to be available, which I also think is good because I want to play with them on launch.
Yeah.
I'm quite excited about that. And full career mode isn't available. You can only have access to scenario 1. Well, that's given up the top, so that's fine.
Yep.
There's going to be lots of community things going on next week.
Yeah.
And we're going to be part of that.
We are.
Keep your eye out. If you see Grim Gaming anywhere in any of the forums or anything else, give us a like, give us a wave, okay? It can actually either be me or Grim that's there.
Good luck.
Good luck.
It's like putting your hand into a bag of Revels. You don't know whether you're
Russian
going to
roulette, whether someone starts talking to you about generators or the game itself.
Are you going to get the coffee Revel or the orange Revel?
Yeah. There's going to be several things. One of them is a creative competition. It's a building competition, so I think that could be quite cool. There's a community goal. Now, this is something that I'm super excited about. That they've got these challenges and they're going to run each week and they're all part of our franchise zoos and stuff like that. And I'm really looking forward to seeing them. So they're actually going to run one of those during the beta. There'll be lots of Twitch streams.
If I can just say,
What?
Here's one thing I do think that they're potentially missing.
What's that?
With the beta community goal, and I understand people don't have access to the beta and it's unfair to give people prizes for being on the beta, and when it's a financial thing, it's not people who've been randomly picked. I get that, but it would be cool if you were part of the challenge, then you could get, let's say, a simple costume for one of your entertainers. Just something.
Yeah.
A
plaque to put
like
up.
a gold
Yeah.
plaque or something.
Yeah, a little gold
that you
plaque
could
saying
put
that
on.
I took part in the beta community goal challenge.
Yeah. Or, here you go. I'm going to say this. If we complete this as a community, everybody gets it that orders the game. Everybody gets it. If we manage, even though we're the beta guys, we pass this, everybody gets this little gold plaque. If they play the game on day one, as long as we pass that community thing, everybody gets it.
I think that's probably
just
a good
a
idea.
cool community fun thing.
There's going to be several streams, and World Animal Day is the 4th of October. And I reckon we're probably going to get a few more animals released to our information, probably not onto beta, but I reckon they'll probably go on about a few.
I'm not going to lie, I think World Animal Day, we're going to see some crazy stuff.
Peas!
Yeah.
I think the peas...
if they don't...
I think if the peas don't pop on the 4th of October...
If the peas don't pop?
Yeah, if the peas don't pop. If the peas don't pop.
Okay, Vanilla Ice.
Yeah. If the penguins and the polar bears don't pop on that day, I don't think they're coming for actual launch, people.
No.
That's my thoughts.
I think that's going to be the big ones that come World Animal Day.
And there's lots of giveaways.
Yep.
Lots and lots of giveaways. It's all great, okay? And the thing actually says, this is all great, but. Okay? Remember, it's a beta. And it's an important thing, actually, for everyone in the community to understand. This is still a work in progress game, okay? It may be that we get to 4 o'clock on the 24th and it's not downloadable.
Yep.
It may be that it takes you 2-3 days to download the actual game. That is the realities of a work in progress. Also, Frontier is not a massive publishing house. They don't have massive support. Unlike many of the other games that we would play on this channel, Blizzard, for
Blizzard
example.
WoW Classic got DDoSed.
completely.
Like, if you want to know that things can go wrong, it can go wrong for anybody.
And that is Blizzard, which is an enormous
Yep.
games publishing house. So they are actually opening themselves up by having this.
Yes.
So we have to actually be grateful for that. They have got an issue tracker. So if you are having issues, don't just immediately take it straight to the forums or straight to Twitter and Facebook. Also log it via the issue tracker, because they've got people specifically employed to track that and to actually work on those in the priority fixes.
The way to think about it is, okay, so you may have an issue, post it up on the issue tracker, post it to their Twitter and that in a constructive manner, because it may inconvenience your beta play, but by posting it up and saying this is a legit issue, let's say my RTX 270 won't play this game, they can fix that for launch. So it may impede on your beta access, but it will mean you have a better release, and that's far more important than having beta access.
And I think that, everyone says, oh, it's a purchase beta, it's a gimmick, it's a marketing tool. It's not. It's still a beta, and you still have an opportunity to give your feedback on this game as it appears that we can play it next week. I think that's really important. I think it's important for the community to remember it, and for everyone to join in on these challenges, because I think if people join into these challenges and the community stuff, they will continue to run it and support it.
100%.
And I can only think that that can only be good for a community that I'm really excited about.
It's a really good community as well.
Yeah.
A really good community.
Really good, keen community. And I think on that, we say thank you to our lovely community.
Yep, and I will just say to end it, if you are not able to join the beta, by all means, come with us on the journey.
We are going to be on that journey.
Yes, we will be live streaming on YouTube. You will be live streaming literally from the moment you get home.
Well, yeah, fingers crossed from the moment we get home. As soon as we can play, we'll be putting up regular videos on everything that we see, so that you can have a look.
But by all means, if you see fault, you see a problem, or you have suggestion,
let us know.
Yep, and we'll feed it back to...
Yep, most definitely.
Yep. But that's us done.
That's
I think
us done.
We've gone on long enough.
As always, never a short one with us.
No.
Streaming is our forte.
Oh, we can just... Yeah, we'll do a 24-hour stream doing nothing. Easy.
Yeah, just witter on.
Yep.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.